guys, welcome to Character Interrogation. My name's Addison Lee, and today I am going to be doing an overview of Loki's journey in the comics. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more of my Loki-themed series videos, and let's dive right in. The first time we see Loki in the comics is in Journey into Mystery, issue 85 in October 1962. Loki's full name is Loki Laufeyson. He is the god of mischief and later the god of evil. His base is Asgard. He's about 6 feet tall and 525 pounds. Not because he's overweight, just because he's Asgardian. His hair is black-gray and his eyes are green. Loki has super strength and limited invulnerability. He has vast powers and sorcery that he uses to fly, create force fields, move between dimensions, create images of fake objects, and shape change. That's a lot. Now let's dive into his actual comic story. Loki, king of the frost giants of Jotunheim, was ashamed of his son because of his son's small size, so he hid him. Later, Odin, king of Asgard, killed Loki and found his son. Odin then took the boy to Asgard and raised him as his own, and he named him Loki. Loki was very much a misfit, or outcast, compared to the other inhabitants of Asgard. And if that wasn't bad enough, Thor, Odin's biological son, had all of the qualities that Loki lacked. So it isn't very surprising that Loki developed a great envy and jealousy and just outright rage against Thor. Loki was also angered that Odin gave Thor much more praise than he gave Loki when they were in battle. Because of this, Loki started learning the dark traits of sorcery, and he began to plan to one day become Asgard's ruler. Loki enjoyed playing tricks on others, which led him into becoming the god of mischief, and later, as he became more and more brutal, the god of evil. Later, after one too many tries to steal the throne, Odin imprisoned Loki inside a special enchanted tree, which is, of course, what you do when your child is misbehaving, right? Sometime later, Loki freed himself and started looking for Thor, who at the time was on Earth disguised as Donald Blake. Loki participated in the Avengers forming by making the Hulk go insane. He also made the man named Crusher Creel turn into a foe for Thor known as the Absorbing Man. Sometime after that, during the Act of Vengeance conspiracy, Loki became allied with the Enchantress to make all of Earth's big villains become under his control. At one point, Loki finally took control of Asgard as its king. But, as will be the pattern, Thor stops him by cutting off his head. And then Thor keeps Loki's head with him to one day observe the last stage of Ragnarok. I just lost a lot of respect for Thor. The final stage of Ragnarok is when all of Asgard disappears from existence. Which is, of course, a nice trick that writers use when they're like, hey, this place isn't cutting it, we're gonna get rid of it, right? Loki came back after Ragnarok in the body of Sif, who is a female Asgardian warrior. During this time in the comics is when we get female Loki. Sometime after that, Loki tricks Thor into killing Bor, Thor's grandfather. Everyone in Asgard came back. But Bor, Thor, you get the idea. Because of Thor killing his grandfather, Thor was banished from New Asgard. There's another one. During the Dark Reign, Loki was part of Cable, which in this time consisted of Emma Frost, Dr. Doom, Namor the Submariner, and I believe Green Goblin. Loki talked Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, into sending a humongous attack against Asgard. The attack was so large, in fact, that Loki ended up switching sides to save his home, but he died in the battle that he caused. Thor later finds out that Loki was not completely dead. Thor then finds Loki in the form of a boy. Loki has no memories of his past. He is now known as Kid Loki. Thor was thrilled to have his brother back. I mean, he tried to kill you, but you love him, you know, right? Because Thor treated Kid Loki so kindly, Kid Loki began to change his motives. I should think so. But later, to save the world, Kid Loki let Loki kill him. Kid Loki is now only a conscience that plagues Loki. Later, when Malekith the Dark Elf came to bring war to the 10 realms, that's right, there's 10, not 9, that's another video, Loki worked on both sides. Sometime after that, while using the Dark Siestrals, Loki went to destroy life on Earth. However, this course of action led to the founding of the Avengers. Well, that's all on Loki in the comics. Please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of my Loki-themed videos. And thank you so much for watching.